Have you ever felt like someone walked into your life at just the right moment, as if the universe was trying to tell you something? Maybe you've met a person who felt oddly familiar, or another who pushed every button you didn't know you had. Was it coincidence, or something deeper? In Buddhist philosophy, there's a profound idea. Nothing is random. The people you meet, whether they stay for years or disappear after a single moment, are not accidents. Each one arrives with a role to play. Some are here to teach you how to love, others to test your patience, stir your emotions, or remind you of your strength. But every person, without exception, holds up a mirror, showing you something essential about yourself. This video is an invitation to look at your relationships through a different lens. We'll explore how even painful, uncomfortable, or short-lived connections carry spiritual weight. How your interactions with others are shaped by karma, filled with hidden lessons, and brimming with opportunities for inner growth and healing. Once you see this clearly, it's impossible to unsee. Life, from this perspective, becomes a tapestry of meaningful encounters. Each thread connects you to others in ways that are often invisible, but deeply intentional. Buddhist teachings remind us that these moments are not by chance, but part of an unfolding path, shaped by causes, conditions, and karmic ties that stretch beyond what the eye can see. Karma, the law of cause and effect, teaches that the relationships you experience now are not isolated events. They're echoes from seeds planted long ago, through actions, intentions, and choices made in this life, or perhaps even earlier ones. When someone enters your life, they may be a reflection of something within you, something that's asking to be seen or healed. Have you ever connected with someone so quickly it felt like you already knew them? Or struggled to understand why a certain person triggers such strong emotions? These moments might be more than coincidence. They could be part of unresolved karmic patterns returning to be understood, completed, or released. When we stop resisting these experiences and begin meeting them with awareness, something powerful happens. Relationships stop being just external events and start becoming internal mirrors. They reveal the qualities within us, love, fear, resilience, ego, that shape how we show up in the world. A warm connection might soften our hearts. A difficult one might force us to find courage or patience we didn't know we had. Even the smallest interaction, a stranger's kindness, a shared moment of silence, can awaken something sacred within. By stepping back and asking not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What is this teaching me?" we open the door to transformation. Every relationship becomes a teacher. Every emotion becomes a messenger. Even the pain becomes part of the path. Yes, some relationships bring happiness, others bring discomfort or grief. But from a Buddhist point of view, even the ones that hurt serve a purpose. They bring our deepest fears and attachments to the surface, where we can finally face them. A chaotic relationship might guide us toward healthy boundaries. A painful ending might return us to self-respect. Just like the lotus grows from the mud, your wisdom often rises from your most difficult connections. So let's stop running from discomfort. Instead, let's meet these moments with stillness and kindness. Because pain, when embraced with mindfulness, doesn't just wound, it teaches. And within that teaching, you may discover the next step on your journey toward awakening. One of the core teachings in Buddhism is that everything in life is impermanent, including the people we meet and the relationships we hold dear. Nothing lasts exactly as it is. Just like the changing seasons, our connections bloom, fade, and sometimes return in unexpected ways. When we cling to what is meant to change, we invite suffering. But when we let go, we make space to cherish the present for what it truly is. Letting go doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means honoring the natural rhythm of life, recognizing that not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people journey with us for years, others cross our path for just a moment. When we understand this, we stop fearing loss and start appreciating presence. Gratitude replaces grasping. Every relationship, whether smooth or turbulent, brief or enduring, carries a karmic imprint. Sometimes we're drawn to people without understanding why, or find ourselves repeating familiar emotional patterns with someone new. In Buddhist thought, this isn't random, it's karma. But karma isn't about cosmic punishment or reward. It's about the natural law of cause and effect. Every thought, word, and action we've put into motion, across this lifetime or even beyond, sends out a ripple. Those ripples shape the circumstances we meet, including the people who come into our lives. These karmic threads are complex. Some are soft and nurturing. Others are knotted with pain and confusion. But every connection serves a greater purpose in our journey. You might be reunited with someone you once loved in another life, now return to help you heal. Or you might meet someone who challenges you deeply, not to harm you, but to help you grow through unresolved energy seeking balance. Even the briefest of encounters can be meaningful. A smile from a stranger, a conversation that lingers in your heart. These may be karmic echoes, small reminders that you're part of something greater, part of a story still unfolding. Take Irene's story, for example. Years ago, overwhelmed and uncertain, she distanced herself from a close friend during a painful period. She never apologized, just moved on. But life had its own way of circling back. In a new city, she found herself being shut out by someone she deeply cared for. The silence felt hauntingly familiar. And then it clicked. This was karma, not punishment, but reflection. Through that pain, Irene came to understand how her past actions had affected others. Instead of dwelling in guilt or blame, she reached out to the friend she had once abandoned. That one choice became the start of healing, for both of them. Karma teaches us that relationships are not random. They are assignments for the soul. They bring us face to face with the parts of ourselves that need growth, healing, and awareness. The person who frustrates you, they may be here to help you develop patience and compassion. The one who offers unconditional kindness, a mirror showing you what love truly feels like. When we shift our view of karma from something that happens to us into something that teaches us, life begins to look different. Every person you meet becomes a messenger. Every bond becomes a lesson. The people in your life aren't obstacles or accidents. They are guides, inviting you to evolve, to forgive, and to wake up to a deeper way of being. Relationships, the role they play in awakening. Relationships aren't just chapters in your life story. They are the turning points. They're where the soul is tested, the heart is opened, and the ego is softened. In the teachings of Buddhism, every person you meet is like a mirror, revealing the layers of yourself you've embraced, rejected, or haven't yet come to understand. Think of that one friend whose presence makes you feel safe. Their kindness reflects the compassion that lives within you, waiting to bloom. Or the coworker whose criticism stings a little too deeply. Perhaps they're unknowingly stirring up old insecurities, long buried but still alive. And then there's love, that beautiful, terrifying feeling that can both awaken your deepest joy and expose your deepest fears. These moments, whether heartwarming or heartbreaking, are not detours from your spiritual journey. They are the journey. Buddhism teaches that the true path to awakening doesn't lie in escaping the world, but in fully engaging with it, with your relationships, your emotions, your conflicts, and your connections. Enlightenment isn't hiding in a silent retreat or sealed behind monastery walls. It's right here, in your daily life, in the silence after an argument, in the vulnerability of telling someone how much they matter, in the patience you practice when it would be easier to walk away. When you bring awareness to your relationships, something profound happens. You stop reacting blindly and start responding wisely. The question shifts from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "What is this here to teach me?" That change in perspective opens the door to growth. What once felt like chaos becomes a classroom. Take Jack's story. He worked a demanding office job and often felt disrespected by his boss. Criticism came often, and it hit a nerve every time. Jack carried the weight of resentment until one day, after a particularly frustrating meeting, he paused. Through mindfulness, he noticed a familiar feeling rise within him. The judgment reminded him of a strict parent from his past. Suddenly, he wasn't just angry at his boss, he was reliving unhealed wounds. But instead of reacting, Jack began reflecting. He realized that this relationship, as difficult as it was offering him a chance to confront the pain he'd long avoided. And in doing so, he began to grow. Every person who enters your life plays a role in your awakening. They don't arrive by mistake. They show you where you're still holding on. They push you to face the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. And if you're open, they help you evolve into someone more grounded, more loving, more free. The ones who challenge you? They're showing you the rough edges of your ego. The ones who embrace you? They're reminding you of the love you deserve to give yourself. The ones who leave? They're teaching you how to let go and trust the flow of life. So the next time a relationship stirs something deep inside you, pause before you judge or retreat. Ask yourself, what is this revealing? What part of me is ready to heal? Relationships aren't accidents. They're sacred invitations to wake up, to love more deeply, and to meet yourself at a soul level. Whether someone walks with you for a moment or a lifetime, they're helping you remember who you truly are. Teachers, every connection is a lesson in disguise. In the eyes of Buddhist wisdom, everyone who enters your life is a teacher. Whether they come wrapped in warmth or wrapped in challenge, they arrive for a reason. Relationships aren't just emotional roller coasters, they're sacred classrooms. Every moment of connection carries within it the potential to awaken something deeper inside you. That stranger who smiles at you on a hard day. They remind you of your own light. That friend who calls out your flaws. They may be helping you shed an old layer of pride. Even the ones who frustrate you to your core. They too are holding up a mirror, asking you to see what still needs healing. Consider David's story. A university student striving for excellence, David often lost patience with his younger brother, who struggled with his studies. One evening, after another long session of tutoring that ended in anger, David snapped. But something lingered in him afterward, a discomfort he couldn't shake. As he reflected, he realized his frustration wasn't really about his brother. It was about his own fear of failure. His high expectations were turning into pressure, and that pressure was spilling onto others. Through that moment of tension, David saw a part of himself that needed kindness, not criticism. And in learning to be gentle with his brother, he began to be gentler with himself. That's the quiet brilliance of relationships. They don't just show you who others are, they show you who you are. Some people come into your life to awaken your ability to love. Others arrive to expose your inner wounds. But every soul you meet is helping you grow. So how do we take this wisdom off the meditation cushion and into the real world? The answer lies in practice. And one of the most powerful practices in Buddhism is metta, loving kindness. Practice. Cultivating loving kindness, metta. Metta means to meet the world with a heart wide open. To silently send a prayer to each person you meet. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be at peace. It sounds simple, but it changes everything. Imagine walking through life with that energy, not judgment, not resentment, but quiet compassion. The driver who cuts you off, wish them peace. The friend who disappointed you, wish them healing. The stranger who offered a kind word, wish them joy. Each person is playing a role in your soul's evolution. Some people lift you, some challenge you, some stretch your patience, some crack your heart wide open, but none of it is random. It's all a part of the path. Loving kindness doesn't mean you excuse hurtful behavior. It means you stop carrying it. You release the weight of bitterness and choose freedom instead. You say, I don't know why this happened, but I trust there's a reason, and I choose peace over pain. When we shift from blame to blessing, our whole inner world transforms. Resentment softens. Resistance dissolves. Relationships begin to feel lighter, even the hard ones. And that shift isn't just for others, it's for you. So today, pause. Think of someone, past or present, friend or foe. Close your eyes and silently say, "May you be well, may you be free." Because when you walk this life with loving kindness in your heart, you're not just healing your relationships, you're healing yourself, and you're awakening to the deeper truth. Every connection is sacred. Every soul is part of your unfolding. And love, no matter where it's directed, is never wasted. Practice. Mindful presence, the art of truly showing up. In a world spinning faster every day, where messages flood in, screens compete for attention, and silence feels rare, there is one gift more valuable than words: your full presence. To be fully present is to say, "I see you. I'm here with you. This moment matters." Too often, we listen only to respond. We interrupt with our thoughts. We plan our reply before the other person has even finished speaking. But real connection isn't born in clever responses. It's born in presence. Presence means you stop. You breathe. You look into someone's eyes and actually see them. Not just their face, but their humanness, their struggles, their joy, their need to be heard. This is what mindful presence is: a sacred pause, a silence that listens, a gaze that says, "You matter." And in that stillness, something shifts. Walls soften, arguments dissolve, distance narrows. Even fleeting encounters, an exchange with a cashier, a moment with a child, a conversation with a friend, becomes sacred when we are truly there. Not every relationship will last. Not every connection will be easy. But every interaction can be meaningful if we choose to be fully present for it. And mindfulness doesn't just transform your relationships with others, it transforms the one you have with yourself. You begin to notice the subtle rise of anger, the stir of insecurity, the pull of old habits, and instead of reacting, you breathe, you observe, you choose how to respond. That's how we grow, not in grand epiphanies, but in simple, quiet moments of awareness. No one crosses your path by accident, and when you meet them with your whole heart, you honor the sacredness of that meeting, for however long it lasts. Embrace forgiveness, set yourself free. Some people enter your life as a blessing, others as a lesson, and some leave behind deep wounds. But what if their purpose wasn't to break you? What if it was to awaken you? Forgiveness is not about excusing pain or forgetting what happened. It's not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's about making a powerful choice, the choice to protect your peace more than your pain. When we cling to anger or resentment, it doesn't imprison the person who hurt us, it imprisons us. That grudge becomes a chain that keeps us stuck in the same story, reliving the same hurt. In Buddhist wisdom, forgiveness is an act of liberation. Not for them, for you. It's the moment you say, "This pain has lived in me long enough. I'm ready to be free." You don't have to forget, but you can let go. You can stop letting the past dictate your future. You can open a space within yourself where peace can finally breathe again. Sometimes the people who caused us the most pain were also the ones who revealed our greatest strength. They tested our limits. They taught us boundaries. They pushed us to find worth in ourselves, not in their approval. So ask yourself, what are you still carrying? Whose memory still weighs on your heart? And what would your life feel like without that burden? Because the truth is, forgiveness isn't a weakness. It's a powerful, rebellious act of self-love. It's how you rise above the hurt, how you reclaim your joy, how you walk forward, lighter, freer, whole. Take a breath, close your eyes, and say softly, "I forgive." Not because they deserve it, but because I do. And in that quiet act, you don't just heal, you transform. Show yourself compassion, you're learning, and that matters. In this journey of connection and love, there's one person we often forget to care for, ourselves. We spend so much energy trying to be kind to others, to forgive, to listen, to love deeply. But what about when we fall short? What about those moments when we speak out of anger, when we withdraw too soon, when we hold on too tightly, or when we simply don't know what to do? It's in these moments that self-judgment can creep in. We replay the words we wish we hadn't said. We carry guilt for the times we let someone down. We wonder why we can't always get it right. But the truth is, you won't handle every relationship perfectly. You'll misunderstand. You'll react from fear. You'll let your wounds speak louder than your wisdom. And none of that means you're broken. It means you're human. Every connection, every interaction, every mistake is part of your growth. And real growth is rarely clean. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It reveals the parts of ourselves we didn't know still needed healing. That's why compassion must start within. Not just for others, but for you. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you deeply love. Would you shame them for making mistakes? Or would you gently say, "You're doing your best. You're learning. You're growing"? That's the voice you deserve to hear from yourself. Because when you show yourself compassion, you create space to keep going, to keep loving, to keep evolving into the version of you that your soul is becoming. So the next time you feel disappointed in yourself, pause, breathe, and remember, every misstep is still part of the path. No one enters your life by accident, and that includes you. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to grow, and that growth deserves patience. It deserves kindness. It deserves your love. If today's video touched your heart, take a quiet moment to reflect. What is this connection trying to teach me? Is it calling you to love more, to be patient, to finally let go? Every relationship is a mirror. Some reflect our beauty, others our pain. But all of them help shape the person we are becoming. Some people stay, others leave. But none are meaningless, and neither are you. Until next time, walk gently, love deeply, forgive freely, and always remember, your journey is sacred because no one enters your life by chance.